All right, so we're going to go ahead with our last video today, and we need to talk about how to do the entryway, the landscaping, and finishing up on your budget. And as you go through this, you do need to make sure that you've been paying attention to what you are spending as you go. You don't want any surprises at the end. So far I only have 3 rooms, 1 window, 2 doors, and you have, I haven't spent very much yet. So I've spent about $19,000. Now, you should know that you all start out with $150. I am expecting you to have less than $5,000 for your remaining budget. If you have not spent the entire, almost the entire amount with almost $5,000 or less remaining, then you have not completed the project and you need to get started spending. So like Mrs. Rao, if you are here and still needing to spend, I'm needing to build some rooms. The fastest way to use some of your money and to complete the project is build rooms. If you are looking to add or spend your money through TVs and refrigerators, that's going to take you a lot longer because they don't take up nearly as much. So let's go over to floor planner and let's talk about a few more things here. So let's go ahead and we're talking about the entryway, landscaping, and we just covered budget. So let's go ahead and I'm going to start an entryway. So if I'm going to build a house, let's go ahead and I need to have a place where people are going to enter. That was the wrong thing. I didn't want to do that. So let's go ahead and go to over here and I'm going to build a room where people are going to enter. So this is going to be my front room, kind of like my living room. People are going to walk into this space. So now I'm going to go ahead and add doors in here. That's for my doors. I want this to be something kind of interesting that people walk up to my house, they see, and let's put doors right here. So big, nice front doors. Now let's go ahead and something that you're needing to do is to learn how to do some draw surface. If you have in any way lost, or let's say lost this background back here and there's a grid inside of here, then draw surface is what you're needing to do. So sometimes the background will go away if you draw surface, which just helps you to define that space a little bit. So let's go ahead and on here I can type this way in and say living room. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and type that here. Next, what I need is I need to go ahead and I need to make a sidewalk. So same thing, I'm going to use that draw surface again. So I'm going to take this and draw surface. I'm going to make a nice sidewalk in here. The draw surface, I find students usually are going to need a little bit of practice with. So be patient with it. The trick to this one is to double click real fast whenever you want something done. So I'm going to go ahead and double click and I need to change. I'm going to change it to stone so I can kind of see that it's my entryway. Now this is kind of saying, hey, welcome, walk into my house. This is how you get into my house. And from here we're also needing some other type of landscaping. Let's go ahead and put in some trees. So if I do trees, I can go ahead and I'm going to put a tree in here. Now that tree is quite large for that space, so if you haven't already tried it, you can take and make them smaller so that they fit the area. Some other things you can do is to copy and paste. So let's go ahead and say I want 2 trees. I'm going to go ahead and make another tree on the other side. So I have some trees in front of my home for some shade. And if you wanted to rotate that just a little bit, do some other landscaping decisions you make here, that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead with, I need some grass on the background of my project. Now if you go ahead and try to put grass in behind everything, this tends to be problematic. So let's go ahead and show you. Now it's taken away all of my carpeting, any rugs, it kind of wipes out a whole lot of stuff. So the best way to do this is instead go ahead and draw your surface. You can take this and make it in as big of sections as you can. You can go ahead and connect these as you go around. Let's take this all the way out to the other end here. I'm going to go ahead and double click this and end. You know what? Mrs. Rao messed up on that one. I'm going to delete that. That happens quite a bit. You can hit delete or you can hit the little trash can there. So let's go ahead and give that another try. Like I said, this takes some practice. So I can take this and I can go around, connecting my corners, going around things. Okay, we'll stop there. And that's my grass for the background. Okay, as you might have noticed in my spreadsheet already, or in your spreadsheet, let's go ahead and take a look at some things. You do have grass and trees and shrubs and other things are all free. You can have one pool, one patio, and one deck. So if you are looking at how much of your remaining budget you still have and you're thinking, oh wow, I need to spend some money, you can have one of these things, but the bulk of your project should all be spent with your budget. So please go back through and think about where you can add to your home. Some of you are going to have no problem spending money, and others of you are going to find that it's a little bit more difficult. If you have built every single room big and you have nothing else to spend, I recommend maybe downsizing some of your rooms. So let's say this one, I don't have any money left, so I want some more money to spend, so why don't you go ahead and we'll take this wall and move it in some. So there are ways you can still work with some things. Now I just got some money back. I need to redefine that space. All right. Hopefully you are enjoying floorplanner.com, and have a nice day.